Alright, so here's the next one. Okay, so again, the bottom screen is the view of reality. Alright, so there's a descension point right there. Let's go down. I know there's two descension points. Out the bush. There's two descension points. One right here where I'm standing, and one right there in that area. There's two descension points, and there's an ascension point all the way at the end of the hallway, right there. So let's see. What should we explore first? Okay. Let's explore the ascension point first. Ascend. And we have ascended, and we landed on this place right here. Okay. This is a different place. So remember, now I'm remembering the first part, the first area, the first apartment. The apartment had an ascension point, which I went up. So if I want to go back to the original apartment, to the beginning apartment, I have to descend in this spot where I'm at right here. Okay. This is the way back home. This place is the way back home. I descend in this place. Got it. Go down. Now I'm on the ground. And so the way back home is in that spot right there. That's this spot in the end. That spot over there is the way back home. And I have to descend in that spot to go back home. Alright. So that's back home. Let's see what's over here. That's clean. That's clean. Go down. That's also clean. There's a descension point right here. Okay. And that's clean over there. Oh. And there's a descension point. There's a descension point in this spot right here as well. So there's two descension points. Which one should I go through first? So I have to remember the first apartment, and then I have to remember this apartment, and then if I go in one of the descension points, I have to remember that apartment as well. Okay, so let's descend in this area right here. Okay. Up. Yep, there's something. Descending, and then I end up here in this apartment, which has nothing. So that means that I am free to forget. Once I ascend out of here, once I ascend out of here, I am free to forget that there was a descension point in here in the first place. So I go back to where I was, and this is where I was originally, right there. So that descension point, I already explored it. It was a dead end, so I could just forget about that. Descension point, there's nothing there, so I could just forget about that. Oh, red is the floor. Do not get confused. All right, good. There's a descension point right here where I'm at. So let's see. That's the way back to the original spot where I go back home. And that is just a random hallway with no ascension or descension points. So let's descend here. Descending. Oh, okay, I descended, and I end up in this spot right here. I end up in the spot of which there is another descension point if I go forward one. So let's descend there. There's only one way to go, so if I ever need to get back, that'll be easy. Descending, and I end up in this apartment. Okay, in this apartment right here. I'm looking at the bottom screen. When I say apartment, I'm looking at the bottom screen. There's an ascension point. If I take a step forward, right here, there will be an ascension point, as you can see from that. But if I want to go back, remember, I have to go back to this spot right here. That's back. Now I'm rerunning through my mind the first apartment, the second apartment, and then this one. The ones in between, this is, I don't know, like the fourth, fifth apartment maybe, but I'm not really remembering the ones in between because it's just one way to get back, and so I only need to remember the second apartment, the details of the second apartment, so if I get back there I recognize it. And yeah, now I have this one to explore, so hopefully it's not too confusing. So let's see. So if I need to go back home, I need to go back to this spot right here. This I need to get back to this crevice right here. That's the way back home. But let's explore. There's just an ascension point right here, and then the rest is clear. So that's clear. That's clear because there's no ascension or descension points. So I could just face down. There's only one way to go here, and that's where I'm standing. So let's ascend. I have a flying feeling. Oh, okay, and the ascension point, so I'm looking up. The ascension point is a dead end as well. So I could just go back to where I was. Ascend back to where I was. Then I return to this thing of which I can ascend. And I think this is the original apartment. Good. So this is the original apartment. I decided to go through this descension point. There's nothing in the hallway. There's nothing in that hallway. Okay, good. Was there something over here I didn't check? Oh yeah, that's the if you remember this one, this is the one that there was nothing in there. There was nothing in that descension point. Then I tried this descension point and there was nothing there too. So then I could go back to face. Okay. There's nothing there. Go back down. And I think there was another descension point. So this is the first apartment. I think there was another descension point somewhere around here. Huh. I wonder if... I don't know, I kind of lost track of where I was going. Let me take a look. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to go back up here and descend. And I guess this room is clear because... oh gosh, colors are gone. So I'm here now. Alright, so I already explored the ascension point there. Okay, this is the original room. So I thought the second one was the original room, but this is the original room. I already explored everything in there. I already explored everything in the ascension point that's up here. The opening right here. So that opening is blocked. So we are in the original room, which I had forgotten about. I forgot about home, man. Imagine you were traveling somewhere. Imagine you were traveling dimensions, and then you get stuck in the other dimension, and then you just get so preoccupied there that you forget about where you originally came from. That's what happened here. Imagine that this life is just another dimension that we traveled from where we were born, and we forgot about our past life before we were born. Oh gosh, yeah, that's exactly what the scenario that happened here. So this is the pre-birth apartment right here. This is the pre-birth. This is where we came from. And now I'm back. After I died, I'm back to the pre-birth apartment, and then I'm like, whoa, oh right, that was only one of the freaking ascensions that I'm supposed to explore. Now to explore the next one. So there's the descension point right where I'm standing. As you can see from here, the ground is missing there. So there's a descension point right here and a descension point right there. I can't really remember if there were other descension points because it's been a long time since I was in this apartment, so I'm going to explore that again. But what we know for sure is that this is closed. we already explored that area. So there's the two descension points right here. Let's see if there's... okay, I think this is it. And yeah, so let's... I think that's where I originally started from. I'm not sure. But let's explore this second descension point. Let's us descend. Let us descend. And there's descension. and I end up in this apartment. So this is the new apartment that I'm supposed to remember. And this time I'm going to make another effort to say, okay, I'm going to make an effort to remember the first apartment again. Okay. So if I ever need to go back home to that first apartment, this is the crevice in which I will go. When I go there I have a flying sensation. I give in to the flying sensation and I transport myself back home. All right. So here we take a look. There's nothing. Oh, there's an ascension point right where I'm at, actually. So if I go back here, there's an ascension point right. There's an ascension point right there. There's an ascension point where I'm at, because that's the way back home. There's an ascension point right there too. So I could ascend here. I could also ascend. I'm taking a look at this. Bottom, bottom, bottom. There's an ascension point where I'm at, as you can see there. Nothing there. And there's an ascension point at the far away crevice right here. So where I'm at and at the crevice, there's another ascension point. Alright, so let's... And then there's that. Oh, there's another ascension point. Oh man, this place is full. There's an ascension point in this crevice. There's an ascension point in there. And the original spot, that's the way back home. And there's another ascension point over here. So there's 3 ascension points total, man, so far. Let's take a look at this room. Okay, there's nothing there. There's another ascension point there. Oh my goodness, that's so many ascension points. There's another ascension point right there. There's nothing there. Good. Okay. And nothing there. Okay, so there's a few ascension points, man. And by a few I mean a lot. So one right here, one right there, one right there, one right here where I'm standing. You know what? The color's already gone. Let's go back home because this one is too complicated. Hopefully the other one will be a dead end. If the other one is a dead end, a simple dead end, then we will be able to. Then we might as well forget about it, and we won't have to remember so much. So let's ascend again. Go back to the pre-birth apartment. Now I'm calling it the pre-birth apartment. Okay, so this is the ascension point. I'm gonna mark this where I'm at right now, where I'm standing right now. That is the complex. That is the complex descension point. As you can see right there, complex ascension point. That means it has 4 ascension points. So I'm going to remember that one. But let's explore this other descension point that is right here. So the complex descension point is right there because it has 4 ascension points and it's very confusing. So hopefully the one where I'm standing is a lot simpler. Let's take a look. And yes, it is a lot simpler. It is a dead end. Dead end. You see that? So let's go back to the complex descension point. Oi, where am I? No, this is not. No. Oh no. Am I confused? Oh gosh. I think I confused myself. I think I'm lost. Now the colors are gone, so I don't know which way is up, but if I had to guess, I would say that that's the descension point that I didn't want to go to. The ground looks something like that. Yeah. Okay. So I was upside down for a while. And I think I'm back where I am. It was just the orientation of this bottom one. Up was down and down was up, and that was very confusing. So let's just confirm there's nothing there. The descension point below where I'm at, that's right there. And this is the complex descension point. So where I'm standing right now, the bottom right there, that's the complex descension point. And that's the ascension point that we already covered. We no longer need to explore that. Okay, that was very confusing, but we saved ourselves. All right, so let's descend. Okay. So where I'm at, that's an ascension point. So now we get to explore this. Alright, so I guess we should explore the second ascension point right here. And there's nothing there. Good, we don't need to explore it. Then there's another ascension point right there. So let's go into this crevice, see what there is. There's nothing there. Good. So we can get out of this crevice. That's where we came from. There's a crevice in the middle. There's another ascension point right there. Let's just make sure I'm facing the right direction. Okay. That's where we came from. That's where we came from right there. And this is the crevice. That's where we came from. And where I'm standing is another ascension point. So let's take a look up there. That is very complex. Thank you very much. And because that's very complex, let's look at the other ascension point. I think this is the last ascension point. This one right here. I'm pretty sure there's nothing in. Okay, yeah. So this is the last ascension point in this apartment, and that is also complex. Okay, so because this one looks simpler, let's explore this ascension point. So let's ascend, and here we are. And there's the exit. Whoop whoop. Man, imagine if we went through the. Let's go to the other ascension point, since let's just hope I don't get lost in the way. But okay, so there's that. Oh no, don't do that, please. Okay, don't mess me up, man. Where was the other ascension point? I don't even know. Oh, I think it's where I'm standing. So that's the way to the exit. I think it's over there. Yeah, that's the way to the exit. But this is a complex ascension point right here. Let's check it out. So this is a new apartment. There's nothing there. Nothing there. Good. Let's ascend one more time. And there's nothing in this place. Alright, so we've explored I think we've explored actually the complete maze. We have seen all the little crevices of the maze, which I hadn't done that before. I usually reach the exit before I do that. But let's ascend here. Ascend all the way. Reorient. And there we find the exit. So this is the first maze that I actually get to see all the crevices before I reach the exit. And it's low efficiency, but that's all right. We made it out, and I knew where I was going, and I kept track of everything, so that's good.